gonna try a new random generator.
Is it going to remember the ones from the last time?
I don't know. And the other one doesn't remember it either. Hey, you know what was Wednesday? You know Wednesday. You know what holiday that was?
That was St. Patrick's.
Aye. So whenever this episode is released, we're filming a couple of days after St. Patrick's Day. So
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
the luck of the Irish to you.
Luck of the Irish.
And if you're not with them, I guess bugger off or
You're Scottish.
yeah. I'm gonna have a sip of this Guinness.
So back here,
Yeah.
in the ground floor
Of the Bitter End.
of the Bitter End.
A private whiskey bar in the European tradition in scenic southwestern New Hampshire.
Yes.
I'm Colin,
And I'm Malcolm. It's good to see you guys again.
and if you've ever played paintball, I'm MJ.
And I'm Maniac.
That's right. And you know the drill. Lots of whiskey in the bar. We're trying to figure out what it tastes like before we die, because just hate to just pass this on to somebody.
Actually, it would be a little bit more of a real knife in the back. I was just drop dead tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a few I'd like to get to, though. We have got to a few that were on the list to try.
Yes, season 2 is starting off with a bang.
Yep.
We've had a couple of real good ones, real gems, but there's a few more in here that we need to crack open.
Yep, for sure. So this episode probably won't be released, for several of the viewings. But it is being filmed a couple of days after St. Patrick's Day. That's why I broke out a Guinness.
That is correct.
And we are filming the day before your birthday.
That is correct.
Yeah.
54.
So, is it really?
54.
See, I thought it was 53. See, I'm pushing the 5-2 in a couple months.
No.
So 54.
54. And there's a few of us in this. Big Red's out here sometime. He was the 13th, I think. Derek's in here.
Oh, okay. In terms of the birthday. Chatty Matty shares
my
a birthday with you, yep.
So there's a few of us from the team that have birthdays in March.
Yep.
March
and then, of course, I'm in May, and G-Man's in May. So, this stretch of
a
time
good
has got
stretch.
some birthdays.
Good stretch.
Springtime.
Springtime. Hopefully things are changing around for the rest of the world.
Yep.
And these shows are making it just a little bit enjoyable.
So if this actually had been your birthday, you might have a little say in what we were drinking, though that ship sailed a while ago. It's only on the 50th do you get to pick your drink. Big Red, you just turned 50, and maybe for the big fishing trip, if you come here, you get to pick a bottle. So just putting a little bribe out there to you, bud.
And I'm going to say this. I'm going to throw this out.
It's actually Big Gray now, isn't it? Isn't it Big Gray?
Big White.
Big White.
Big White. Santa. Santa.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your thoughts?
I'm actually thinking, I'm going to throw this out here for a tip of information, and maybe people would like to freaking chime in on this. Consider we're heading back up to our...
the fishing grounds?
Fishing grounds up at Ramblewoods.
Yeah.
It may be interesting to do a little round table up there.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing will be the audio.
Correct.
Right, having to sort out, because it would be good to be outdoors.
Yep, it would be.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a cigar and a scotch at some stage.
I've been, looking into maybe some lapel mics
Yep.
and things like that. So we got a little time, but again, Big Red, you turned 50. The rule is you get to pick a bottle at the bar. Only one bottle is not on the table for the 50-year-olds.
Yep.
And of course, that's the 48 White Horse. Other than that, if you want to try it.
And there's some good ones to choose from, Big Red.
Yeah. Big Red's a big fan of the Tullibardines, and I think there are a few Tullibardines.
Yeah.
I know he's been to that distillery. So there's a few.
Good.
It'd be fun to see.
Look forward to it.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll take us up on that. It is a regular episode, Mal. There is no bottle on the bar.
Nope, there is no bottle. That means you're going to go to your phone, and hopefully whatever organization you're using to pick a random number will work this time, because my phone is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, no. Oh, you know what? And I do got to mute mine. I'm surprised it hasn't gone off 27 times. I am so popular.
You are. That is one thing you definitely are.
The pandemic's been going for a year now.
It has been a long year, my friend.
And this beard is now a year and a half old.
It is a long beard. It is a long beard. I've seen it grow, actually. Except for the hiatus when we were earlier at the lockdown.
Yeah.
I've actually been able to watch this beard grow. And this will be the first time you grew a beard.
This is the longest beard.
But this is the longest beard I've seen.
Yeah.
It's almost like a covering.
You were pointing out earlier, I don't have to button my shirt nearly as much as I used to.
I don't think he has buttons on the top parts of his shirt. He just has a beard now.
Just a beard. Yeah, it's like a weave.
Whatever you want to call it. You can call it whatever you want.
So I don't think we're going to do a artifact tonight in the bar.
No, okay.
Unless you were trying to surprise me and were going to ask me a question about something.
No, I think we're good. I can't think of anything really. I mean, seeing the construction that's going on around here,
yeah,
I think it'll be better for us once we get things back under normal. It's now sugaring time for my friend over here, and a rock bottom sugaring as the place goes by is under full working conditions. I know he will be bouncing in and out. We are staying here for drinks and dinner tonight to celebrate my birthday tomorrow. But one of the stipulations were, well, I'm going to have to go out and stoke the fire every so often.
Yeah, we have a boil on in the sugar house. We just canned up another 3.5 gallons of syrup earlier today, and just gathered some more sap.
And I know there's a lot of you out there that enjoy the maple syrup that comes back from rock bottom
sugaring, right? Yeah.
Not to be confused with the bitter end.
This is really like a sugar property. I mean, because alcohol is a sugar.
Yep.
Right, and we got the maple syrup production here, and so we got a lot of sugar around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So the phone hasn't gone dark yet. I'm trying a new random number generator.
Yeah.
Got the numbers plugged in. Instead of generate, the button says calculate.
Ooh. We're upscale now.
Yeah. I did like generate though, right? But I guess we're in a random number calculator. So, so in fact, I could generate a series of numbers and sort them, but I've only picked generate one number.
We only need one.
All right.
One good one.
Right, and still no trips to the store, so lots of blanks in the
wall.
blanks.
I'm hoping this Thanksgiving we start that back up again.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we're back.
I am excited to go to a store.
It would be nice to freaking do that run with you.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to have to do the artifact conversation about that whole situation. All right, here we go. Calculate. Bingo. And it's number, so this is interesting. So this is number 178. So I have to think about where this is going to bring us. I believe this is going to bring us either to a section we've never been or just breaching the snooker room. But Flash, unfortunately, we do have to count because of all the gaps. So we know there's 75, but how many gaps do we have?
4, I think.
1, 2, 3, 4. So 75 minus 1. No, 75 minus 4.
71.
71. There's the one. 71. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 71 plus 9. 80. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 8, 94. 2, 4, 6, 8, 94. 102. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 111. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 120. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 129. 2, 4, 6, 8. 129. 137. We're going to the back wall. 137 to 178. We may be on that back wall. I'll meet you over there, G-Man. 137. 137. Hey, we're over here on the backside. 137. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 47. 2, 4, 6, 8. 57. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 57 plus 9. 67 minus 1. 166. 168. 170. 71. 72. 73. 74. 75. What was the number, Mal? 178, right?
178.
There it is. Oh, okay. We are, I think, 73 steps from the shore. It's either 73 steps or 173 steps from the ocean. And northwestern Scotland. Oh, we got a good one, too. It's not the one I thought it was. All right, Mal, I've given you a couple clues. 100 or so steps from the shore, northwestern Scotland, a highland. Back to the bar. Any guess? It's one of their claim to fames about the number of steps to the shore from the distillery to the dock of the bay. I guess that's Otis Redding, right?
Yeah, I can't think of it.
It's the Oban.
Ooh!
It's the 18-year-old Oban.
Ooh!
All right.
That's actually a good one.
Yes.
Oh, and it's got a nice patina of dust. So it's been here for a little while.
It has been. You know, in all honesty, I didn't know I had an 18-year-old Oban here at the bar.
All right.
I'm trying to think if I can gain any knowledge about where it might even come from. This is part of the portfolio of Diageo Holdings, one of the big conglomerates who owns a number of distilleries. Regardless of your feelings of that sort of stuff, it's true. Oban, single malt Scotch whiskey 18. I'm just looking to see if I can gain any knowledge about how long this bottle's been here. Oh, you know what's not happening? That. Scotland. No. No hints, but these words are absurd, and there is no way I can read even one of them. I can read the very last two words. Clan MacDougall, product of Scotland. Oh, this is a limited edition. And we have 43% alcohol, which tells us that this was, after it was uncasked to put into bottles, they moderated the alcohol to the to what they wanted. Oftentimes when you end up with an alcohol by volume of something point something, the more likely it's going to be more of a natural or a cask strength. When you have an even rounded number, they've done something intentional in general. I cannot read any of these words. Can you even tell that those are words?
Yes.
Can you even read one of them?
Okay. Where's our magnifying glass?
Oh, you know, I have some. I pulled some out the other day for my fishing magnifiers. We might have to end up bringing
498 AD.
Oh my God, you read something on there?
The fateful year when Fergus, Angus, and Lorne, son of King Urs of the Scots, mounted an eastern expedition from the Glen of Antrim to invade and colonize the Oban shores, naming their little kingdom Dalriada. Fergus Mac Eyre became the first monarch. His seat, the great fortress of Danann. Angus and Lorne held the lands to the north and south, to which the latter, Lorne, gave his name. The monarch
I'm going to pull the plug on Malcolm now. He has proven he can see the words, and it looks like they're giving a little bit of a history of the region.
Correct.
Not the distillery.
No.
What we have is a limited edition. What we've found about Oban,
yeah, nothing in it,
is the distillery was established in 1798 by the Stevenson brothers. They built houses and ships and sold slate and kelp. Kelp, seaweed.
Yes.
Yes. A survival food, by the way, if you ever find yourself in an apocalypse, kelp. This they are considering a classic example of how whiskey making changed from a small-scale farm industry to one run by men of capital. Oban manages to be both a West Highland malt and a coastal one, having a marked marine tingle to it, even though virtually all the spirit is matured inland. Now, Oban is actually is in an urban setting, and so what they're saying is the distillery is urban. It's right there on the coast. It's saturated with the sea air during the distillation process, but to be warehoused, they can't do it downtown, so to speak.
Correct.
And so they push it inland where they have more space. Blah, 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 not much more. And Oban, situated in the center of town, overlooking the sea. The small fishing village was first inhabited in BC 5000. Mal was just giving some of this to us. Celts and Vikings, Celts, I thought it was basketball. Celts and Vikings have also lived there. Some important, very early archaeological remains were found on the site of the distillery. Much of Oban's output goes for blending, and we've talked a lot about that.
This is like the third one in a row, I believe.
And again, the 18 is a limited edition, so it's not in any of the book. The 14 is their traditional, very common release. I think they have the Little Bay as well, which is a new release, no age statement if I recall correctly. The 14, they talk about nutty, smoky, spicy, and smooth. It's a Western Highland. Oban has a series of distiller editions as well with the Blue Label. We've drank quite a few of those here, and I enjoy those. So I don't think I've ever had the Oban 18.
No, I find the Oban rather palatable. It's one of those ones that it's just a good drink.
It is. If I recall it, I think the nuttiness is going to be something we're going to find. I think it's got just enough of that, I don't want to say that dry kick, but it's just got a little twist to it that I'm not going to consider it smooth front to back. It's going to have a little bit of action to it.
No, this is a good one that you'd want, I would say probably, this actually probably would be good after dinner. They have mentioned that it's good with seafood.
Yep, makes
right
sense.
Off the coast.
Yep.
But yeah, I find the Oban a very, very, very palatable drink.
As always, we are opening these bottles. This is part of a private collection. There are a lot of collections in the world, and people just sort of have them.
Yep.
And
this is one we happen to be able to drink.
And this is a good collection.
I know the owner, and you happen to be the owner.
Well, I do, but there have been lots of contributors to this collection. People have felt comfortable with their investment in putting bottles here as well.
Yep. Yeah. That is very true.
Okay, here we go. Let's see what we get. Okay, no failure.
And just to go on that thought process, that's probably what actually makes this a little bit unique. Because it is bottles that not only that you've got, but collections from other people who thought, hey, my friend Colin, he enjoys drinking Scotch. I bet you he doesn't have this. And they get him, and they bring him here, and they leave him here. And
you feel confident that it will be here when you return, right? Or if it got opened, it will not have been demolished in your absence.
That does smell good.
Yeah, it does. It does have a nice little maritime to it.
Little maritime.
Yeah.
But a nice polished smell. That's like...
Yeah, I'm excited for this. The Oban 18. The 14 I'm very familiar with. The Little Bay I am, and several years of the Distiller's editions. We've all tried. I've tried the Blue Labels. Here we go. Yeah, right here. This must have been purchased in the States. I can't even recall where this came from.
Yeah, that's got a great smell.
Sweet. Nope, not medicinal.
Not medicinal.
Doesn't burn anything.
Nope. Nice sweet smell.
Really?
But not overpowering.
Here we go. Syrupy in consistency. It's got a little viscosity. It's got a little thickness to it. Very easy on the front. Transitions in the back. I don't think I'd find the word burn in there.
Nope, but it's definitely a little heat.
Yeah, some heat. This might be an example of something, might be nutty in the front and candied in the back. There's something going on. It's not sickly, it's syrupy in its consistency, but not in its flavoring.
I'm trying to pick up the ocean, the
maritime,
the maritime part of this, and I'm having a little bit of a hard time.
Yeah.
Every so often I get this faint whiff. I'm like, oh, there it is, but I can't just locate it.
It's not dominant.
No. And as for peat or the smoky taste, very subtle, very, very subtle.
I do think the nutty.
Yes.
I think it's the top of that heat.
Yep, it's the transition.
Yeah.
It's the transition from that sweet to the backside.
Yeah.
You definitely pick up the nut.
Yeah.
And definitely, I used the phrase before, I feel like I got this cool sensation before I get some heat. And I don't know exactly how to describe it. And it's not menthol.
Right, it's not the menthol.
But it's like this, transition period where it almost feels like you're being cooled. I guess that's why I'm going to put this. And then I get that burst, and then you feel some warmth.
Because the heat is the throat. But even with that happening, the mouth is still maintaining that coolness.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, which is like very odd. And like I said, I've used it before, and I can't remember what it was, what we had, but it was the exact same sensation where you feel like you've got this like almost minty, but it isn't.
Right.
But it's that same sensation when you got a mint in your mouth. And then all of a sudden you crack it, and it changes, and it gets a little bit more heat. This is a little bit different. You get this sweet. Then it like the sweet actually just sort of levels out. And then there's that burst of that nuttiness, and then you get that heat at the end of it.
You ever had a Ricola?
Yes.
Right, so it's not that menthol, it's not that Hall's cough drop,
No.
but it is that sort of that cooling in the mouth for your throat. And I don't know what that flavor would be, but there is this nutty coolness right before the heat.
And you have you definitely pick up the sweet, and it's definitely got that almost candied
I'm trying to
smell. But it's a bit of an intricate way they put this together, because they really put a couple different sensations in there, and you get it. But it's not like overpowering, but it forces you to search for it. But it's very pleasant as well. Like, it's not something that you would I would never turn my nose up to. This is very pleasant.
No, this is a nice 18-year-old whiskey, right? This is this is a mature whiskey.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know we've touched on that subject a couple of times.
Yeah.
So if you would like to just explain one more time how we approach that mature, as in what is your definition of mature whiskey? No, I've just put you on the spot.
No, you have, but that's fine. So and as I do it to you all the time. So this is a mature whiskey that I don't think either of us are thinking, gosh, if this had a little more time, it would refine out, this would smooth, this characteristic would be more pronounced. This whiskey, it's mature in the sense that being familiar with the other offerings of Oban and the distillate that they produce, right? And again, the spirit that they make, and then what they do with it afterwards. This is that spirit, right? And yet, this is my first experience with the 18-year-old Oban. Lots of the 14, lots of the 13, 15-year-old, depending upon whatever age statement the distiller's editions offer. And again, the Little Bay, I don't believe, has an age statement, which generally will mean it will be less than the 14. This has mellowed out quite a bit and allowed for... Nutty is this flavor, Mal, I would say, that needs time to develop so that it's not overpowered by the medicinal qualities of alcohol.
Yep.
And it's not overpowered by the peat or the smoke in some scotches, right? And so for the nuttiness to be present, it really needs to have had some time to mature.
So the matureness you're saying is basically is the process that allows certain aspects of the Scotch to come through.
More the subtle aspects.
Or the subtle aspects.
Right.
To allow those subtle aspects to grow and to do their flavoring. And at that moment in time, that's when this is bottled. And
right. Somebody says, oh, we've got it. This is done.
This is where we want to be.
Yes. Right. Because Scotch can fall off. Right. Just like which is a wine term, which essentially means it's been held around too much in the wood. Scotch can fall off, and so they want to make sure that you've not aged too long for whatever is happening with this particular spirit and this particular wood. And this is a really nice example of an 18-year-old, which you'll find commonly available in stores. 18-year-old, whether it's the Glenlivets, the Glenfiddich, which is really sort of the next step. If you want to start to experience aged whiskeys, 18 will become the next milestone in the years in the barrel that you'll see 10s and 12s and 14s and 15s
And would you characterize those?
I just noticed Pete Townsend was here. Look at him.
He's playing some serious notes.
Yeah, it's like I would say to even out over there. See what I did?
Yeah. So just end that note. So would you consider anything under 18 a younger Scotch? Is that the way you put this?
Well, I guess I'm saying 18 becomes this milestone of, oh, this is an 18-year-old. Right, generally speaking, you might pay a little bit more for it, and so yeah, I mean, I guess that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm struggling with the word younger.
Okay.
Right, but 18, I think, is the next age milestone.
Right.
In somebody's experience and progression with understanding Scotch whiskies. This is a nice 18-year-old Oban.
Okay, so I added a little water to it. The nuttiness comes out a lot quicker with a little water in it. And the whole drink now becomes like this nutty journey across your mouth. It's actually rather a remarkable transformation. It's lucky you know the owner.
I know the owner.
So I'm not picking out. That's good. I take that either way.
Absolutely, the nuttiness really is pronounced now. Right. It subdues a little bit of that heat, allows the nuttiness, because the heat will overpower it. That's a nice whiskey.
Yeah.
I'm happy we pulled that one, the random calculator. So as Pete Townsend has wandered through the bar to let us know that the kids are all right.
The kids are all right.
We've actually, we're going to journey to Senegal tonight.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a lot of trips to Africa.
Yeah. It's like the world's biggest country, right?
Continent.
Ah!
I haven't had that many of them yet.
Yeah. So in Senegal, cheers, a toast, a cheers in Senegal is really broken down into 4 syllables, 4 sounds. And we haven't pronounced and we haven't YouTubed it. But
we're going to butcher this.
We are. And
I apologize to anybody from Senegal right now if you happen to catch these shows. This is going to be a destruction of your language.
And it was interesting to me that it doesn't appear to have any French connection. So this must be, right?
Yeah, all right.
Because I think Senegal was a French colony, and may be wrong, but for some reason that's jumping at me. So in Senegal, they would cheers you with Naris Ak Jam.